Okay, got it. Buenos dias, everyone. It's a beautiful day here in Temple City at Coldwell Banker Dynasty, our headquarters office, an agency that cares and an agency with a lot of heart. I am so grateful to be here and so grateful to have each and every one of you here, affiliates and non-affiliates, realtors. So with that said, I'd like to go ahead and I don't have a quote for you. The only quote I can give you from my heart is to live every day and exist and coexist every day. Be mindful of what your needs are and make sure that you come across in detail and let your co-partner or whoever you spend most of the day with what those requirements are for you so you can be happy. So thank you. With that said, I'd like to go ahead and begin with our affiliates, and I see John here first, so we'll go ahead and begin with you, John.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you, Kelvin. It's a blessing to be a part of this wonderful, I want to say family, Coldwell Banker family. Just to let you know, just keep at it. Market is still pretty tight. Just be available for your clients. Answer their questions. Let them know. Sometimes they don't even know they have questions regarding, the real estate market. Let them know it's still good. Interest rates are going to be interest rates. But again, you want to be there for them. You want to be a concierge. A lot of people call me and maybe they don't need NHD, but they call me and, hey, do you know somebody who can, do some handiwork? Somebody who can do an environmental study. I have these services available for you to help you be better equipped to help your clients and get the information that you need. Do want to remind you, there is an NHD report requiring all sale real property, including rentals. We have the free rental report. And I want to encourage you to get the reports at time of listing, or even take it with you on a listing appointment, because it's so important to have that data available so you can ask questions, answer questions, and show that you really are concerned about them and want to determine to represent them in their real estate transactions. I'll put my information in the chat. Let's have a wonderful day. Again, so sorry to hear. Terry was a friend of mine for many, many, many years, and I wish her well and her family well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I had to relocate because my battery's low. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my laptop. But I can't sit right now because I'll be sitting on charcoal. So hang on one second here. Okay, great. So next I see here, Pam. Pam, you're up.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Pam with American Home Shield Home Warranty. Wanted to touch base on kitchen appliances. That's my biggest claim right now. Over $50 million just in kitchen appliances alone that we paid in claims. So remember, it's all kitchen appliances. It's included in the complete. You got the refrigerator, the washer, dryer. You can do 2 refrigerators, one in the garage, one in the kitchen. It's all covered. You do not have to pay extra. 2 dishwashers, it just has to be within the main foundation of the home. The only other appliance that you have to pay extra is $15 for a wine chiller. So if you have a wine chiller, you want to put that in the purchase agreement. Some agents think that the items need to be in the home when it's for sale, and that is not true with AHS. So if you're, the seller is taking the appliances and the buyer is bringing their own kitchen appliances from their old house or grandma's refrigerator, and it's into the new house, it will be a covered item. The only kitchen appliance for us has to be built in is a microwave, refrigerator, stove. It does not have to be a built-in to be a covered item. So just some information on kitchen appliances. Cover up to $7,000 on each kitchen appliance with the complete plan. So I'm here if you need me. If you need my new cheat sheet, let me know. Thanks so much, Kelvin and Sylvia, for letting me be on. Sorry, I'm not showing my picture, but next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much. We don't need your picture because your vibrancy of your soul comes through right on your voice.
Sylvia, you always know what to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. I'm multitasking, so sorry. Next here, I see Sandy. Sandy, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to touch on, hey, weather's going to start cooling down, thank God, right? It is a fantastic time to get back out into your farm. You have wonderful affiliates in your office who are willing to help you in any way that they can with your farming. Talk to your title reps. Make sure your farm is appropriate. If you make it too overwhelming, it won't work for you. But, you know, stretch yourself, but don't stretch yourself so much that you won't get out of the car to go out to your farm. Once you set your farm up, you need door hangers, I'm your girl. You need little baggies with inserts, I'm your girl. You got to provide the business card and the candy to put in the bag. I'll provide everything else. I can bring them to the office. I can ship them to your house. How we attack the last quarter is going to say a lot about how we do next year. Okay, so get out there. There's no better way to get business than to be out in your farm. I'm here to help you in any way that I can. I'll put my info into chat. Have a great week.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And you're our girl. Thank you. And next I see here is Scott. Scott, you're up.
Hey everybody, Scott Shimamoto here, Journey Mortgage Advisors. I'm your residential mortgage broker. And a couple things, broker is important because we have access to multiple lenders. And one of our lenders has an up to $15,000 closing cost credit without going outside of their own lending underwriting process, meaning you don't have to get a third-party community service company involved, meaning you can close still in 30 days or less. It's a real simple process. I just have to fill out a form for them, and if the buyers are qualifying for it, which we pre-approve, you know, like ahead of time, then you know we can close as normal. So it's great for buyers. So if you have buyers out there, it's first-time home buyers. So if you have first-time home buyers out there, you know, let them know about it, and I'd love to pre-approve them. The other thing is John Wax mentioned rates, and yeah, the rates are high. It's like the rates have not been this high in a couple of decades, guys, decades. But what that's doing is it's holding down prices. And I know everybody's saying, well, you know, houses are going over asking still, but they could be going way more over asking, because what's going to happen is when the rates come back down, which we expect to come down here in the next 18 to 24 months, when inflation gets under control, now someone who qualifies for, you know, X amount of loan at 7.5%, now if rates come back down to 5, now they're going to be able to qualify for an even larger loan amount, meaning it's going to make prices even higher. So property taxes go higher, everything gets higher. But if you buy now, you buy at a lower price, you know, your property taxes are lower. And then when the rates come back down, you just refinance out of this mid-7s rate, get down in the 5s. You know, it's a win-win for your buyer. So, you know, people are freaking out that the rates are high. This is like the messaging is to your buyers, this is the best time to buy. So I could explain all this to them. I could show them my numbers on a spreadsheet and all that good stuff. So yeah, if anybody has anything like that, please let me know. And thanks to Coldwell Banker Dynasty again for letting affiliates participate in this. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate you, and thank you for the fantastic class that you gave last week. I was on Zoom, but I did do my reel, and you inspired me, so I did a reel, and it wasn't rehearsed, so it's weird, but it's authentic.
You got to start somewhere, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get.
Okay, thank you. And next I see here on a mobile move, I see Sage. Sage, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, sorry. I feel like I'm always in my car. So I'm going to pay attention to the road, but I will be talking to you. Just a reminder, I saw that Sandy put Crest in the group chat. Yeah, you can combine your Crest NHG with Crest Home Warranty for a combination of $75,000 in additional Crest E&O insurance. So why not utilize your Crest Home Warranties and your Crest NHG? I know I did a class couple weeks ago, but yeah, just a reminder. So if you guys need anything at all in regards to natural hazard disclosure, always happy to help. And again, if you don't close, you do not pay. So thank you for having me. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, you too, and drive safe. Appreciate you. Let me see here. I'm looking through our attendance here, see if there's any other affiliates that we may have missed. And looks like not. I think most of them are over at the funeral. Again, my condolences for all of you that had a really super close relationship with Terry. I know she was a really great person. I got to work with her a lot through the charity committee in the years past at the AAR. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Kelvin Chang, our broker here at Coldwell Baker Dynasty here in Temple City, and Arcadia, an agency that cares, an agency with a lot of heart. Kelvin, you're up.
All right. Thank you all for being here. I'm very happy and pleased to start and share with another informative and just really knowledgeable spread some wisdom on the real estate front. So if you're here today or you're watching this on YouTube, either way, I'm happy to see you investing time in improving your professionalism, your techniques, your strategies, as well as your knowledge. So thank you for the introduction, Sylvia, and all you affiliates. Awesome. I appreciate continuing to rebuild and develop all these opportunities that you guys have been putting together, classes, lunch and learns, and all these cool things to just really improve ourselves. It's so important to stay ahead of all of the new changes that are coming up. So I'm going to start sharing my screen with the slides. And we have a quote: since NFL season just started week 1 and now we're in week 2. I'll start with a quote with Peyton Manning. If you wait for others to initiate the change, you automatically become a follower. And we all recognize quarterbacks to be the leader of their team. It's not necessarily just because you're a quarterback, you have the title, you're just given respect. You just automatically given everyone's the players don't automatically have to look up to that quarterback just because they're playing calling the shots. A true great quarterback like Peyton Manning earns his respect. He earns his teammates' appreciation and love. He does that by making wise decisions, by seeing the overall picture of the entire game that they're playing, knows all the rules, and knows how to put people in the right spots. I want my wide receiver to go out here. I want my running back to run it over here. I want my blockers. So he coordinates the whole show. And a quarterback is really kind of what you're doing in your job. I really see real estate agents out there, you're calling the shots. And this playing field is the entire California, all the properties we have to sell. But when you open an escrow, you have so many teammates along with you. You have myself and Sylvia or Amy as your management and your staff with Candice. You have your transaction coordinators. You have your escrows officers. You have to coordinate with title and lenders. So you really got to be calling this whole shot, whatever side you're representing in this escrow period. And that's the game we're playing. We're playing on this field. We got to become the leader. But just because we have a title of an agent or a listing agent doesn't necessarily mean all the other realtors look up to you. It doesn't mean all the other buyers have to listen to you. You have to earn it. You're going to earn it by educating them about the property, educating about avenues of potential, avenues of defects, and being upfront and transparent, communication. And that's the key to being a great leader when you're out there on the field. So just a little nice pun on NFL season kicking off, because I'm a very, as you can see, an NFL fan. And you are also, just check the schedule. Do you have another couple of meetings?
Kelvin, I want to intercept here. I have a question for you. It was on Kiss FM this morning. Mm-hmm. If you have to complete the word game, what would you complete the word with another word? Game what? Game changer.
That's what it's like.
Great. That's great. The actual word of the day was game time.
Okay.
Good job.
But that was a nice interception.
Thanks.
This meeting we may have to either Sylvia will host it. I'll talk with Sylvia. I will be out for this week. And then we do have another class next week for Kelvin's Keys to Success. The time on this is going to be 2 p.m., probably not 10 a.m. Okay. Now, this is September, is where we want to celebrate / kind of take that opportunity and time to revisit Realtor Safety Month. And as broker, I do believe it's so important for you as independent contractors to constantly be self-conscious about the safety that you're putting yourself in, the dangers and the perils, the risks that could be associated while doing our job. Okay, so there are some tips that I'm going to talk about. And before we get into all those tips, just want to tell you, number one, forewarn you, when we're doing our job, it's basically meeting potentially people that we have never met before. And we all know that people have different character, personalities, ways to react, the ways to become, how they handle stress. And I can tell you, not everyone handles difficulties or stress or questions well. So if you're out there trying to prospect and maybe you're just doing a simple call or a simple door knock or meeting them at an open house, whatever it is that you're talking and engaging in someone, you have to have your ears and your feelers, your sensory at full strength. So listen, look for their body language, because when you're communicating with someone, some people might be closed off and trying to potentially, maybe they might be even looking to harm you, or they could be potentially looking to rob you. They could look to corner you at the back of a wall and try to kidnap you. There are so many bad people out there. There's a lot of homeless, more than ever any other years in the past in Los Angeles. There's a rising crime. There's shoplifting going on everywhere. So the theme of the moral of the story in 2023 is be extra ultra cautious out there, because I can tell you, when interest rates and inflation and everything and cost of everything is rising, danger and risks also rise too. Because when people are desperate, when people need money, when people need resources, they will do whatever it takes to supply for their own selves and their family. That's the human nature of being a survivor. So they're trying to survive. Yes, we don't agree with what they're doing or stealing, but I can tell you, you are going to be at, every day in a situation that you have to be strong alerts. So don't be walking with your head down. I'm going to be telling you, don't be on the phone or texting and driving. Don't be kind of just off, keeping your focus and center of attention away from what's ahead of you or behind you. So it's okay to walk and always look behind you. Never keep your back to strangers. Okay. So if you're showing a home, allow the customers to walk in front of you, and then you can walk behind them. Let them appreciate the home in front of you. So for Coldwell Banker and for our knowledge, so some safety tips that I want to share with you from the brand. And maybe you consider doing an open house with 2 agents instead of 1, having a partner. Maybe you consider having someone that you check in with and check out with at 1 o'clock. I'm starting my open house. At 4 o'clock, I'm going to call you. And if I don't call you by 4:20, then, make sure I would definitely call you. Otherwise, that's kind of like a little buddy system. These things, like your spouse, would be a great person. So have emergency numbers. Make sure your phone has enough battery and signal, especially if you're in the desert or in an area with weak signal. You do need to know and be mindful. I have no signal here, so I definitely need to be ultra cautious. Maybe I need to have some pepper spray in my back pocket. So secondly, another reason why you go early to a property is you want to identify the layout of the floor plan of the home. Where are the escape exits? Where would it happen if someone came in and had a knife? What would I do? So you plan these situations in your mind before as preparation, so you know exactly where to what to do if something came up, and because you don't have any time to think. Okay, so have your car keys with you when you're walking out from the front door of the office to your car. Even at shopping malls and markets, people are taking purses out of people's arms right when you're trying to put away your groceries in your trunk. Okay, they might even take your car as well. So there are apps out there that helps you with safety too. One of them that they're describing is called Forewarn. And most importantly, use your gut, your intuition, trust your instincts. If you feel uncomfortable when you meet a person and they're inviting you in and say, yeah, of course, I want a listing presentation. Come on in into my dark house. Let's go over here into my basement and have a discussion. My feelers are already basement. I don't want to go down there. It's dark. I don't want to. Why don't we talk outside? How about that? And it's a nice day outside. You flip the script, okay? Because if someone's trying to guide you into somewhere that's weird or creepy, okay, I need to change my environment. Okay. Oh, I'm getting really thirsty. Can we just is there a Starbucks nearby? Let's meet over there and talk. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. How about that? Okay. You could always change and flip the script, because if you feel something suspicious, I say your gut, your intuition is probably right. It's not necessarily worth having that weird conversation. So anyways, that's my safety tips. Sylvia, is there anything you want to add on your end for safety?
Yes. Thank you so much for asking. Let me close my door. It's a little noisy. Yes. In fact, I'll speak with you, Kelvin, and maybe I can have a personal experience with class with our agents, and maybe have a female officer here as well for that. We've had that in the past. You mentioned purses. I know it's trending right now, and we think that by having our side body bags, what are they called? They're called something else. I used to call them something else. What is it when you wear them around your waist? Fanny pack. Okay, those fanny packs are now side body bags, and I don't care what you call them, they're still fanny packs. But when you put them over your shoulder, especially the cute little Lululemon ones, that is a real great way for a burglar to grab your body, knock you down, and take it from you. So that's something to consider. If you're going to wear one of those cute fanny packs, make sure, like Kelvin's saying, be aware. We all have those extra senses. We just don't pay attention to them. That's the only difference. There's no magic to it. Just don't have tunnel vision. Don't walk and text and pay attention. I have been a person of interest with my iPad. I have been a person of interest at an open house. I have been a person of interest at my high school. I've been called in law enforcement a magnet. I attract that kind of stuff, but no more. One day, when I turned 45 years old, I looked up at the universe and I said, no more. The law of attraction, and knock on wood, since then, it has completely stopped. So don't create fear in your own head, and don't live in fear. Focus on what you're here for, and be successful in the best way that you can, in whatever the definition of success is for you. So I'll leave you with that. Kelvin, thank you for asking.
Okay, great. Thank you. And we talked all of you about safety, about others, but we haven't even talked about the new type of safety, which is your personal protection safety. And like you said, Sylvia, right there, she's protecting her face with the mask. Yep. We even have to be watchful for COVID nowadays. So we all know about it. Just as reminders, just because this is Realtor Safety Month, and it's prudent to have a discussion as well on this stuff. So moving on the slides, we have some Moxie Coldwell Banker training. So many of you finally got a chance to preview some of the great things that it provides to you. So we do have 2 workshops coming up. One of them is tomorrow. You can click the link here, and it's maximizing your sphere of influence. So you can really learn how to use that. That training. It's at 11 a.m. Pacific time on tomorrow. And then the day after, September 15th at 11 a.m., there's another session for email marketing campaigns. I know many of you like to do the holiday, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and every single holiday in between. So if you like to do those drip campaigns, but don't know how to use the new Moxie Engage e-cards, this is a great way to learn it in an hour and a half, get it done, put 10 people on that list and then add 20 and 50 after that. You'll learn how easy this just becomes like automatic. So once you do it, it's just really just a lesson, and then you'll know how to get there, how to access the Engage and the cool benefits, because that's just one aspect of it, is the holiday drip campaigns. I'm gonna take this time now to stop sharing and open up my Chrome, because we are going to be watching a video from Coldwell Banker really quickly. So here is, let me make sure it's going to be optimized for sound. Okay. Okay, so that's a nice segue plug into my CB Desk and the cool tools on Moxie provides. There is two options on there. There is the listing full concierge, where there's a dedicated person that's going to make sure the quality of all of the designs and inputs and mail outs and just listed flyers and all the stuff is perfect to the way you like it. It's a small fee if you want the gold, premium package. But for myself, I'm capable and I learned how to use it. I go the free option, and I know how to just simply crop a photo. I know how to copy and paste a description, and I know how to just make, and I know what looks good. Okay, I can look at it. I can change the picture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of the automation of your photos comes directly from MLS and the property information. So it's really just fine tuning small things. And if you play with it, learn it, there's classes on all of this stuff. I love Moxie products myself, so I'm going to keep on doing this every sales meeting, reminding you to learn it, to use it, whether you like it or not. It's great, but if you don't, whether you like it or not, it's there for us. Okay, so that's a quick teaser on what Moxie Present does, and really, if you share with your sellers why you asking 5 or 6% on your listings, is because you add so much value. You talk about the benefits, you show off the materials, you can play videos for them on what you're going to do, or you can show them past examples. But if you never started it once, you have nothing to show, and you probably are going to be weak at presenting it because you haven't tried it yourself or you haven't learned it yet. And if you haven't learned it, then obviously you're not going to be strong when you present that information. All right. So that's just a quick notice on there's several workshops this week, and there's workshops every week. So if you just log in, there's a whole calendar of events dedicated to Moxie training in the mycbdesk.com area. This is what your website will look. If you have buyers searching, you can give them a dedicated app with your information on there. And now I just want to bring it back to Sylvia if she has any announcements or anything she wants to share.
Feliz cumpleaños to all the babies in September. Everyone who has a birthday in September, thank you, Kelvin. For all of you that are shy and not shy, for those of you that don't want anybody to know it's your birthday, it's okay. We celebrate you. If you're an introvert, you won't tell anybody. If you're an extrovert, you'll wear a sombrero like me. But I just want to say, you know, happy September to all of you. And yes, the updates that I have is that I like to set up a carpool for what's coming, and what's else is this month is our CAR, California Association of Realtors Conference. It's time to deposit some more education into our muscle brain, because even those of us that have been doing this for over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, let me tell you something, things do change. Kelvin, Mark, and myself, we know that because we've been at the table with these changes, and there are more changes coming in 2024. So be informed. I'll quote you again, the quote that Joe Carlson shared over at West San Gabriel Association of Realtors. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Ignorance is more expensive. The buzzword lately here at the office is common sense. Let me tell you, common sense comes at a high price. My common sense may not be Kelvin's common sense or somebody else's common sense. So let's be mindful of what common sense means to each one of us. If something doesn't feel good, that's common sense. If it feels good to reimagine, go to a conference, something that's free, that's common sense. That, yeah, let's head over to Anaheim. Let's head over to Anaheim together. It begins on the 19th. It's the whole week, 19th through the 21st. I'm hoping to attend every single day of that week. However, on the 19th, I will be there. If any of you would like to join me and carpool, I can carpool 3 other people in my vehicle. On the 19th, we can meet here at the office, which the 19th lands on Tuesday. So Tuesday, we can meet here at the office. For those of you that will text me personally, and I can coordinate that with you. It'll be on a first come, first serve. If we need more carpools, I can coordinate more carpools. It would be best to do that. Anaheim is not that far. You know, your career building, the meaningful relationships that you're going to build, and not just collecting business cards, but what you're going to do with those business cards after you collect them, which is follow through in an intense way that represents you and who you are and makes you be you. And plus, please, realtors, bring your business cards, bring lots of business cards. You're going to be joining raffles. You're going to be networking. You're going to be interacting. Learn all the valuable strategies from the CEO, directly from the CEO, and all the biggest challenges in our industry and all the topics that are going to be talked about. We're all busy. I put on WeChat for my WeChat community. What does busy mean to you? If you look up that acronym, it can mean anything. It can mean that you're too busy for yourself. It can be that you're too busy for waking up that morning. It can be that you're just too busy because you're showing one house. Or it can be that you're too busy because you're showing a dozen houses like Mark and I over the weekend. It can mean anything. Incorporate education into your busyness. With that said, that's what I like to share with all of you. Thank you, Calvin.
All right. So for those of you, as you saw on the screen, the Expo is the paid day is on that 19th. So if you did not pay, you can go like me. I'm going to be going probably on the September 20th. The free days are 20th and 21st. If there's still time, if you want to pay and look at the lineup, I was suggesting several courses, but one of the good ones is about how to do your disclosures. This is one of the featured ones that I'll tell you that's a good idea because it talks to you about the importance of why you're disclosing and what you're supposed to be disclosing and give you a nice refresher for all of that stuff. This one is a 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock taught by Jane Gardner, who is the senior legal counsel, who I personally know myself. I've talked with her. She's a great speaker and will really tell you all the important things of just being and staying in business is being transparent and being able to communicate disclosures properly. The other cool thing about the classes is you can just go here, look at day 1 schedule of events and day 2, and then you can simply go to the Reimagine website. I'll go through there's always going to be an exposition area where you can meet vendors. And if you've never been to an expo before, this is a great opportunity to see what technology is out there. What are other great companies, what kind of technology and things that they're putting in the real estate side of things. Everything is dedicated to realtors here. So you'll learn about websites, marketing, different type of promotional items you could buy at discounts. Also, usually half the booths or more are giving out nice little raffle prizes. So bring lots of business cards is my advice to you, because you could potentially win some cool technology, cool things. I've won a drone in the past. I won a couple of cool things. Now, there's classes that I say you might want to look at. You can go take a look at the lineup of speakers. Maybe you really want to learn about lead generation strategies. Okay. Well, here Jason Pantana is a coach of Mike Ferry's International. So if you want to learn about how Tom Ferry wants to do coaching and training, he's going to teach you a couple of tricks and a little bit about generating leads, filling your funnel. You want to learn more about ADUs. There's, what's a factory built versus a site built ADU, because there are people doing prefab ADUs. Okay. How to manage your stress, how to use TikTok to marketing. This one's for you, Scott. And deal or no deal, shifting and market. How do you negotiate? This is a cool person, Tamara Saminsky, teaches that knows a lot about real estate. So anyways, if you have anything that you want to learn, or this is only 1 day of classes. Imagine if you went to 2 days. Okay, how much opportunity of lessons and learning you could really soak up. So if you look at the speaker lineup, you have a lot of really great professionals. I mean, I'm not going to go through everyone, but there's a good diverse group of speakers. These are all big players in our industry. I recognize at least 13 of them. I think this is our attorney, Gov Hutchinson. These are some people who have mentored me as well. So cool. Anyway, just letting you know it's out there. So set the date. I already reminded you a month ago. So it's getting very, very soon. I'm probably going September 20th. Reach out to me or Sylvia if you want to carpool. And if not, you could go drive directly yourself. If you're already near the area, you don't have to, there is parking. It's probably, I don't know, $15 for parking. But
Can I say something?
Yep.
Okay, so that great diverse group there is really super cool. I just want to share that this industry is so small. Carol, that you just showed there, the one with the perm.
She's the president of Burbank.
Exactly. She's a personal friend of mine. She's known me since I was 16 years old. And we both worked together at Beverly Hospital. She was a unit secretary and I was in HR. So there she is, Carol. Her background is law enforcement. She's also a former police officer. So these are the types of relationships that when you build relationships with people, good people, remember good people, and somehow you end up coming across with each other. And when she was president, I got to sit at the family table with Mark and celebrate her installation. So these are the deep-seated connections that we should be making with a lot of these people. Who knows? Maybe they knew you when you were a teenager and you just didn't know. How she remembered me was my voice, because I didn't remember her, but she remembered my voice. So that's super cool. Kelvin, is there going to be a risk management one? I didn't see one. I usually like to go to the risk management one as a priority.
Yeah, just check the conference schedule.
Yeah.
But risk management always usually goes through disclosures. So that was the one that I highlighted already at the beginning. But yeah, I guarantee you Gov Hutchinson is speaking. So Gov Hutchinson is one of the ones you should check out.
And write notes, take lots of notes.
Okay. So anyway, that's where we're at on the speakers, and you can just go to the website and find out which ones that you are most interested in, like Gov, and then you'll be able to pick which days you're gonna go.
Okay.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about was really quick, because we're now on the car side. We've been talking about the big class action lawsuit regarding brokers all across the nation being sued for being in kind of like a antitrust movement that, hey, real estate companies are monopolizing the industry. So there's two giant cases that are being still ongoing litigation. One of them is called Sitzer, and the other one is Moral, regarding commissions and the way it's paid and the way it's advertised online, and how only realtors can earn a commission for bringing people in, and all of the accusations. A very, very large industry game changer, as I said. So I just wanted to keep you up to date, because we've had multiple people already warn us this is on the horizon. When we invited Art Carter, CEO of CRMLS, he told us about watch these cases. When we had the speaker from CAR, what was anyway, we have all this stuff going on. We're talking about this too long, but recently, last week, I'm proud to announce our company, Coldwell Banker, has resolved and settled with the lawsuit plaintiffs, and we are no longer in jeopardy of being continuing to be a defendant. So there is a payment going on from not Coldwell Banker, it's from Anywhere Real Estate, which is the parent company of Coldwell Banker and Century 21 and ERA and Better Homes and Gardens and Sotheby's. So the big ticker story is that Anywhere finally reached a settlement with the plaintiffs in these two cases. We did pay a big settlement money, but we believe that it's the right thing to do, and to avoid litigation, stop channeling the energy towards lawsuits and defense, and instead it's better to focus our efforts on business and developing new leads and continuing to go out and do marketing out there. So our parent company has made a decision to get themselves out of the case, but there are many, many, many other names out there, large names, that are still having to defend, having to litigate and fight. So one of the biggest, our industry is National Association of Realtors is still a defendant. Keller Williams is a defendant. REMAX, Better Home Services, what's it called? Better Home, Home Service and Home Service subsidiaries of BHH. So these are all of the same original defendants still planning to litigate in 7 weeks. Okay, so this trial is still going on. It's gonna come finally, hopefully, to a good outcome for all of us as realtors. But what Art Carter was telling us is to be careful about is be prepared for the industry when buyers agents may have to supply and write their own buyer broker agreements, that if you're going to be representing a buyer, you're going to be charging your own client that fee. So you got to be prepared how to ask for your own commission, not just be given a commission for writing an offer to someone else's listing. Okay. So we don't know how the practices will change, but Anywhere has decided that they do not want to be in trial, and that we are going to improve our own practices is what our settlement is going to require. And just teaching you and letting you know what's going on that front. Okay. Now, going back to our slides, the market update from CAR in California, it's pretty much the same as the last couple of weeks. So what the saying is, next week, there's another, next Wednesday, the Fed is making their next decision whether or not to increase the rates, the Fed funds rate, by another 0.25%. Inflation has increased recently again, so there is signals that they should increase another quarter basis point. So they're going to vote on that next week. So so all of the rates that we are having and offering to our clients is still going to be elevated for quite some time, several months, I would imagine. So we're going to have the same rates or higher. The economy is showing more signs of slowing down as opposed to growing our GDP. And at the end of the day, we're still having a shortage of inventory. And there's a lot of different factors explaining why we have, just slow sales volume activity. So I'm going to start sharing this screen right here, which a couple of slides from CAR, Jordan Levine. So this is going to be discussing inventory shortages. What are the causes and consequences? I'll tell you up front, the cause is because a seller doesn't want to sell right now. They're not motivated. They're not motivated into buying something at a high price, and they're not motivated in buying something that has a high 7.5% or 7.25% interest rate. They got less than 3% right now. That there's no strong motivation to do any changes. That's why you're seeing not many sellers sell. Buyers are not motivated. Everything's expensive, and the interest rates and the payments are very high. Okay, and there's not many options out there. So that's a simple story. But what is the weeds? What's inside the nit and gritty of causing this shortage? Well, there's a lock-in effect. Sellers are locked into their rate right now. They're locked into their homes. So without a dire motivation or a financial distress or anything like that, all of the existing inventory of the resale homes, people are just staying in them. They're staying put. So that effect is causing us to have a lot of different things on the front of mortgages and rates and all this stuff going on. So the interest rates of Q1 2023 averaged at 7.1, and we're inching higher, especially next week. We'll find out more. And you're looking at what are the people in California who has an outstanding defaulting mortgage? Well, if your rates are 6+ in this blue, you're starting to see some rising going on in defaults. You can see back here in 2013, there's quite a bit amount of people who are defaulting or high. But these are just little graphical visual presentations of who is starting to have a little bit of lack of finance and resources. Okay. So out of these, the current interest rates, a large piece of the pie, a good number of people have interest rates less than 3%. 30% of the people, 1/3 also have rates that are under 4%. So this is roughly representing 70% of the mortgages out there of people not motivated to get into something very high. Okay. So this small sliver of pies, these people are recent home buyers right now, and they are the greatest risk of default. So the lock-in effect in California is worse because you can see in representation of the US, California has the most people with under 3% rates. They have the most people with people under 4% rates. Okay. So so we are going to have the tightest inventory across the nation. That's why our prices are so high. Capital gains are also a major disincentive because if a seller has to sell today, guess what? Not only do you have to get into a higher payment and a higher costed home with higher property taxes, they also have to pay capital gains taxes that they're responsible for when they sell their home. So that disincentivizes a lot of people from selling today. They don't want to capture those gains. So because prices have more than tripled in the last 14 years, we're seeing huge capital gains and a lot of equity in homes that have been purchased in 2009, 2010, or even longer. There's even greater appreciation going on. So we have people here and we're looking at Alameda County. I'm not going to really go into Alameda County, but look at the amount of people who have gains above 45%. Okay. That represents household age. A lot of seniors have all of these gains that they have yet to realize. So these seniors, this represents a ton of inventory, and 45%. This is the best opportunity for you to get listings from, because these seniors eventually will have to downsize or they can't afford it because they're retired, or they're going to need to go into, and they have they have a little bit more medical needs and need to go into, a senior community. So that's where we're going to find the best opportunities for you as listing.
But I have a question. Are we supposed to be looking at other slides as you're speaking, or just this one that says California inventory?
I've been moving slides around, so if you haven't seen it.
It hasn't been moving on my side. I don't know if anybody else has seen them.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, that's why you speak up. Here's again the slides here. Yes, I was pushing it in, so I'm not sure. Los Angeles County represents the. If you want to see what the slides, it was giving visual representations.
No, we're okay.
So there's a lot of slides in the past that we covered, and again, this is all in the for you to download. You can go to Dynasty Agent Resources and download all of my slides, and they have all the links that you need. So LA County represents the largest share of California in regards to where capital gains are at. So if I'm a listing agent, I'm a realtor working, Los Angeles is where I want to be, because these are the people who are the most have the best scenarios while selling. Imagine you're down here where you have a lot of people who don't have a lot of capital gains. They're going to have a fixed price. They're going to be stubborn on selling. They're not going to want to come out of pocket. You might even have to deal with short sales in a world like that. Now, so if LA County is so great to live, well, let's talk about residencies and percent of ownership households. And you can tell Los Angeles County right here, this bar represents 45% owner occupied homes. And that's saying by age, there's a good amount of people who are tenants in California too. So it's starting to become more of a majority tenant occupied Los Angeles County. There is consequences ahead of us to be aware about on the road to success. So agents, buyers, and sellers, we all need to be very wary and kind of just be on the lookout for inventory. It's inching up slightly. I mean, not much. From July last year is 3.2 months of inventory. July this year, 2.5 months. So that's not much of a great amount of inventory out there for us to sell, but it's slightly higher than it was in months past. So we got some slight rises of active listings. And a month-to-month rate, you can see here, this is representing all of California. I'm not going to get into the weeds, but I just like to give you the visual example that listings are going to slightly rise, but you can see every year before we had more inventory. 2023 is so tight visually compared to any other year, and these are all the pandemic years when it was already tight. It's very tight right now. Okay, so when we look at new listing growth, we are continuing as a whole 9, 10, 11 month trend of lower inventory compared to the month prior. So keep a reminder on the roots of the crisis. The roots is really due to the interest rates, high cost of living, the inflation, and all that stuff is let's take a look at what's going on in California population wise. Well, we have 39 million people in 2022. We had 18 million Californian jobs. And this is the amount of permit activity going on. These are new construction starts. So not much activity going on in new construction either. So the median days on market on all of our listings in California is around 17 days on market is when it takes. And how many homes are closing above the asking price? About almost half. Okay. How many active listings have to reduce their price? About 1/3. 32% have to reduce their price. And that's really it for the slides. We'll get into the new listings. Any questions?
No, I'd just like to add that on the radio this morning, I heard we're at 44 million as of today. That's a lot.
I don't know, 44 million, what, population?
Population, yes.
Okay. So we grew 6 million in the last year.
That's
Now we're going here at the market update. There's some other slides that you want to look at. But now let's get into the listings reports and inventory. So I love to congratulate and celebrate with you guys the success. So let's talk about the new inventory. We got Joseph Wong. This is a 3 units in Temple City, 1.4 million. You get these triplex at 5122 Halifax Road. There is also a pool in the center of the home, I believe. And this is a pretty good rents. I think it's over 6,000 something hundred per month for this investment property. All occupied, good rents. Esther 2 has a remodeled beauty in Baldwin Park. This single family is 749,000 at 3589 Baldwin Park Boulevard. Gorgeously remodeled inside and out. Take a look at this 4 bedrooms. Wow, 4 beds in a 1222. So they probably really did a nice efficient use of the floor plan. Take a look and see. It's for sale. And Helen has 1505 Stevens Avenue in San Gabriel Ford lease. $1,200 for a 400 square foot studio. We also have a lease for 6023 Oak Avenue, Temple City. This 2-bedroom has a nice 2,700 monthly payment, 1135 square feet, single family. Congrats to Gina. Elaine Tran has another lease, 400 Broadway. This is a 19th floor in Los Angeles. So if you want a 1 bed, 1 bath, this is $2,400 per month for a nice high rise. And congrats to Angel Lau. This is a gorgeous San Marino single family. This is 2630 Lorraine Road. Quite honestly, for 2,005 square feet, this is a really good deal for 22.68 million. So I imagine this will sell quickly because this is on the lower end of San Marino pricing. And I imagine it's priced to sell quickly. Congrats to Julia. She's got 2209 Calle Jalapa. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is in West Covina. Calle Jalapa has a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,703 square foot condominium for lease at $3,200 per month. That's pretty good. And congrats to Steve. Hang has 2718 Denton Avenue, Rosemead. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,606 square feet. structure, a duplex. So you got 1.06 million for this duplex. I can see lots of parking, a very double wide driveway. So talk to Steve if you have any investors. This is the time where investors are looking for opportunities, guys. And Henry Liu. Hey, Henry, I see you on the call with us. If you want to share anything or add anything, we have a great new listing at 35 Camino Real Avenue in Arcadia. Henry, congratulations on this 2.590 gorgeous single family home on a huge 11,873 lot size. This is 5 beds, 4 baths, 3-car garage. Anything else you want to add? Just go ahead and share it. And Doreen and Abby has a gorgeous new listing. This is a duplex. So this is a huge 16,457 square foot lot size. And here, this duplex, wow, it has even further expansion possibilities. 1.68 million, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 70 square feet in Arcadia. Oh, it's a good location, 2nd Avenue. And congratulations to Henry's lease. This is a townhouse, 1486 square feet, a newer one in Arcadia, 1228 Temple City Boulevard, Unit D. This is a 3,800 per month rental. Just probably right by Temple City near Doherty, I'd imagine, Doherty Road. So nice little townhouse over here for rent. Jackson Wong has this condominium for sale. They're doing a facelift on the outside. Don't let the photo stop you. That probably should not be your first dominant photo in the MLS, by the way. This is 880 First Street, number 217. 2-bedroom, 2-bath condominium. It's 1,243 square feet, and it's offered at 740,000 asking price. But if you look at the interior, look at its remodeled inside. This is a nice, very gorgeous design and beautiful little feel of the property. So take a look at this one if you have anyone looking to LA. Congrats to Nancy and Michael's new lease for 3,500 per month. It's Rancho Cucamonga. So this is 11958 Bighorn Peak Court, 2129 square feet, very large single family home. And we have some closers. So congrats to Jung Kwan. He had some concerns getting this property sold. I think he had 10.5 acres. Did not know what to do and how to sell it. It was one of his first time selling a large piece of land. But I'm happy to see and proud to see him get this closed for 665,000. Because this is not an easy sell. It's not easy selling Adelanto land because there's so many parcels here, so many inventory of sellers in this area. So good job to him. Clinton sold a nice little condo in Huntington Drive, Arcadia, right near the mall. So 3-bedroom, 2.5 is sold at 685,000. And I'm very proud to see him get his sold in a good price for that seller. Edgar Contreras closed on this single family, 25587 Lane Street in Loma Linda, along with Carla's first listing ever. And as a husband and wife team, they got this successfully closed quickly. Good job. They had a nice remodeled property, got it done, and worked it out with everybody. Ming Wu has this 5828 Milana Drive in Eastvale closed. 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,579 square feet, single family. Congrats to Michael Dang. He's been on fire this past summer. He closed at 5758 Roland City. 3 beds, 3 baths, 2,461 square feet duplex. He did an excellent job representing the buyer and getting a good deal on this duplex. Cliff Quo, very proud of him. He got 19249 White Dove Lane in Riverside closed. Sold at 675,000. Nice. This is a nice photo. Nice picture with the sunset and very crisp photography. I like Jackson Wong's closing over here, 653,000 single family in Covina. This is 16826 East Arrow Highway. And this single family sold with 1,053 square feet. Congratulations to Tani. She closed 286 Walnut Court, Azusa. Very proud of her. She got this townhouse sold at 650,000. And very, very proud to see her continuing to work hard for her clients, just like Michael and Nancy do for theirs. They got another rental here, just leased out, 7,500 per month for this rental, 2,991 square feet structure in Pasadena. Good job, you guys. And Anna Hui, she closed on this rental. This one is a 2-bed, 1-bath, closed at 2,500 per month. So she did a good job in getting Alhambra for rented out. Tani had another closing at 690,000 single family. This is 10841 Lewis Road in Linwood. 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,475 square feet. What can I say? She's been on fire. And I don't know if anyone else has anything coming up for pitch, any coming soons or needs or wants. Off-market listings. Sylvia has one.
Yeah, I have one in North Hollywood. Mark and I have one, Ramos Group, it's a single family resident, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath on a large lot, over 8,000 size. It does need some tender loving care. We will host an open house on Sunday the 17th from 10 to 12. Tenants are cooperating. It will be vacant. It will be turned in vacant. We have received about 7 offers already on the property. However, they are coming in from investors, and investors are coming in with their price. So sellers are not deciding on any of those offers at this time. So I'd like to share that with you. And then also want to congratulate Helen. Helen and I are closing on 999 Valley number 56 today. We hand over the key and doing a key ceremony. So that's pretty exciting. That was a win-win for the office as well, for both sides. And yeah, so things are happening out there when you're out there hitting the boots on the ground. So thank you.
Okay, well, thank you all for being here to the very end and sticking through. I just put the link down below for all of the expo registration and a lineup of speakers so you can learn about plan ahead on what day you want to go. Anything else other than that? I think that wraps up the rest of this sales meeting. So thank you all. Any
Have
questions?
a great week, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Be safe.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Cái mua vô cổ gì? Tôi đi cổ luôn.